safety and security net. Please take care to experience and presently on and off train as underfoot surfaces may be affected.
Hello again, and welcome back to the Glasgow South Model Tram and Rail Group workshops. It won't belong to Model Rail Scotland in 2023, and as you know, the club is doing a modelling bench. In fact, it's 3 modelling benches, and we'll be doing various different projects over the weekend. One of them, I'll be doing the scale scenes fire station. I've got all the files right here. I think I've shown you this before. Got all the files and all the instructions for it. And I also purchased the base layers. You know, normally you cut them out yourself, but it takes a long time to cut through 2mm card, and it's better if you buy they're not cheap, but if you buy the base layers already laser cut, all you do is release them from the fret, and you save an awful lot of time cutting out 2mm card, because it's just wee tabs that's left in, and also you save a fortune in blades, because cutting these kits out, blades don't stay sharp very long. And so I chose to go with the laser cut ones. I think it was about £24 for the laser cut base layers. That gives you everything. You can stick your cover layers onto it. You've still got to purchase a kit. It does make it more expensive. I'll grant you that, but that's neither here nor there. It saves time, and especially if you're doing this at a show. We find when we do a modelling bench, we don't actually get much done, because you, the public, love to talk, and we just love that as well. And we spend more time talking to you, explaining how we do things, and also how these kits and whatever we're doing goes together. We're really there to entertain you. We're there to help you in your model railway hobby. So what are we doing today? Well, a while ago, if you remember, I said we would do a workshop on ballasting, and I hear a lot of you cringing at this, the thought of ballasting a layout, and I hope this workshop about ballasting, I hope it can make it a bit easier, especially when you come to points and crossings, because that's where things can go wrong. Get the ballast into the wrong place where you don't want it, and the glue, and you can have problems freeing them off again. So I'm going to show you how we do it, and I emphasise this because others will say, oh no, that's not the way you do it. It's the way we do it. And for the newcomers coming into the hobby, if I can make it a bit easier for you, well, it's there on a plate. So without further ado, I'm going to get the camera set up and we'll get started. Catch you later. Okay folks, here we are now. Now, this is the point that we're going to be ballasting. The crucial parts is there. You don't want to get any ballast. I've got a pencil to keep my hands out of the way. You don't want any ballast to get into that tie bar, so that this and these blades, so you cover that with blue tack from there right over to here, just to make sure that there's no ballast gets in there. Now the other bit, which I don't know if it's, you meant to see if it's on the camera. Oh yes it is, I think. It's that bit there. Where you've got the frog, the groove, both ways coming into where the narrowest bit is. You want to make sure no ballast gets in there either. And you've got a wee plastic check rail there with a groove where the wheel flanges go through. You cover that, that, and that all with blue tack, so that it doesn't cause any problems. I'll let you see him doing it. This is my second time of doing this because I made a muck up with the first one, so just bear with me. I had this blue tack all warmed up so it's nice and pliable, but it's kind of went the other way again. So as you can see, you put the blue tack right in there. Make sure you get it in the inside of the rails, so that none and you'll notice that there's a gap there. See, you want to make sure that gets sealed as well. Trying to make it so you can, I don't want to block it for me, but I might have to for a wee minute. There we are now, that's that. And I'll let you see the frog as well. I'll maybe try and adjust the camera a wee bit. Go in a wee bit if I can. And just there again. Make it into a kind of sausage shape, and then just press it in. There we are, and another two wee bits rolled into a sausage shape for the two check rails. Maybe try and bring the, you can adjust this beam so that it concentrates on the one bit. And that'll do that. Another wee bit for the other check rail. And that's it. That's how you want to do just the 3 bits plus the actual tie bar. The rest of it should be okay. So there you are, that's it. Once it's been ballasted, which this one has, this was the one I did yesterday. Once it's been ballasted, you just pull the blue tack back out. I did this bit of thing yesterday, this bit of workshop yesterday, but the only thing is when I played it back there was no sound, so that's why I've redone it, just to keep it all complete. I forgot to switch the microphone on, folks. I remember like a hen. Or an elephant even, because it's got nothing to remember. There we are, that's it. And then we take the tie bar off. And there you are, you're left with a point ready for service. So that's what we're going to do. I did say I was going to do another workshop on ballasting, but it was going to be the three-way point, which we've got one in the steam depot. So, or actually the motor power depot, because there can be steam diesel trains in there as well. So it's a wee bit more intricate. As a matter of fact, I'd like to see it, just to see. There we are, folks, we've got the three-way point now. The three-way point, you've got 2 tie bars to cover, which is quite a big area. But you've also got a frog there, you've got a frog there, and you've got a frog here. And then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 check rails. Oh, sorry folks, I'm blocking the view again. You get 1, 2, 3, 4 check rails to do. But the principle's the same. The principle is the exact same, no matter whether it's a double slip. As long as you do the frogs, in which case we get 3 of course, 2 tie bars, which means you would cover from there, just in front of the pin, right over into the over here, I would think. So there should be no ballast in there at all. I'll maybe do that workshop after the show, and that way you'll have that wee bit of info as well. Okay, bye for now. Folks, here we are again, and we've got the blue tack on the 2 check rails and the frog. If the blue tack happens to be cold, if it's been in a drawer somewhere, you may have to work it in your hands, your warm hands, to soften it so that it's pliable. Not difficult to do, and you just work it in till you get what you want. As long as the whole area is covered, that should be fine. Now the tie bar, I'll let you see. There we are, the tie bar. Totally covered. Even the blades on both sides are covered, so there's no way that you're going to get any ballast, glue, or any other area in, or any other foreign body in there. And that's going to save you an awful lot of time, because you know, and you do this procedure with every point on your layout, whether it's a Y, whether it's a 3-way, left, right hand, you do it with them all, even double slips. Double slips, even more intricate obviously, and as well as that, the 3-way point is rather intricate as well. I'll maybe do a separate one on it just to let you see what's involved in it. But this is this point leads into our steam depot, or a motor power depot, because you could get diesels in there. It comes off the main line. I see there's a wee bit of, that's better. Once it's all ballasted and the glue's dry, then these come off. Don't forget to take them off. And obviously blue tack being soft, it can be reused. So there we are, folks. That's the instrument. I'm going to show you how to do the ballast itself. Fairly easy. It's not a difficult task. But I'll show you. The one thing you must make sure is that you get no glue or ballast on the inside of the rails. Make sure the excuse me. Make sure that the ballast is below sleeper level, or just level with the top of it. Level with the top of it's probably better. Now, as you can see from this, better make sure you can see it first of all. You can. But if you look carefully, this bit of the point has already been ballasted. So it's just this wee bit here, and even the toe of the point has already been ballasted at a prior time. So we don't have to bother with that. So once again, I'll be back shortly once I get it set up. Okay folks, here we are back again. Now, the key to this is the spreading of the ballast, and the best way I find is using one of these salt containers. Now, I don't know if you get these anymore, I haven't seen them for a while, but on the top of it you've got a sprinkle, and you've got a big broad exit, see it there? But then you've got this kind of spout thing. If you turn that round like that, you've got a fairly big control over how much ballast comes out of there, and that's what you want. I've got another one here. It's not got the spout, but you can get it fairly accurate with using that side of it. And that's a different colour ballast that I'm going to use. So we'll put that one aside. Oops, sorry. Right guys, here we are now. Now, I'm using a ballast called Fine Cinders, and I just let so much of it out. And then we get a paintbrush. I've got a hot one there. Here we are now, we've got the ballast, and we just work it down through the sleepers. Trying to keep the light on it so you can see what I'm doing. Remember, keeping the ballast away from the inside of the track. Even on the outside of the track, just and as you can see, it's getting into the inside of the blue tack now, so I'm going to try and get it out of there. Get it down to the basic level of the sleepers. Now again, watch round about the tie bar to make sure that no ballast gets in there. Make sure that if there is any ballast, you get it out. Now, the tie bar itself should be okay. It's just to really, you got to make sure that it is level with the sleepers, because it makes it easier so the trains don't foul on the inside of the rails if there's ballast stuck in it. So there we are. That's just one wee bit done, and this is what this is the way to do it. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. Do a wee bit at a time. Don't try and do a whole layout at a time. You're going to get bogged down. Just a wee bit at a time. And these I always find these salt containers are good for doing this job. Camera up a wee bit further on. Once you're by the point, you'll find it should actually be easier. One person was asking me a wee while ago that was there ever a case where there was ballast of two different colours, and I said yes, but I saw they were remodelling a junction just up the road for us, and I videoed it, and when the loaded wagons came forward to be unloaded, there was a guy with a kind of hipster belt on, and he just pressed a button and the wagon tipped it up. Well, the ballast in these wagons was a mixture of grey and red ballast, so it just depends where they were getting the ballast from. Another wee bit of mist. just spread it out. And there we have it. The next stage is to get the glue, and once I've done that and get it all mixed up, I'll be back. Okay guys, we're back again now. What I've done is I've used one of these sprayers, if you can see that. Zoom out a bit. One of these sprayers that gives a very fine spray. Now the reason we do this is because we just use water to dampen the ballast, so that when the 50-50 mixture of PVA and glue, it helps it to seep into the mixture, to the ballast. You also put one drop of one drop of fairy liquid in amongst the mixture to just to give it again, it helps it sink in to the ballast. It doesn't sit on top, it goes through. It helps the capillary action if you like. So we've given it a wee spray of the water. So we'll get the glue and the mixture mixed up. Okay folks, here we are. Now you can see here that I've done this start bit. I've got the mixture roughly about right, I think, for the glue. So we'll just continue with that. Just a wee drip feed. Just remember that when you're doing these bits, you will have to scrape the inside of the rails. I said to keep the ballast away from there, but the glue can still get in there, so you probably have to scrape some of the glue away. And as you can see, the glue's disappearing into the ballast, which is what you want. And we went up to here. just watch. I saw somewhere that if you put too much of the washing up liquid in it, if it's the green stuff you're using, which in my case it was, if you put too much in it, it can stay green. But this doesn't seem to be doing that, so that should be fine. I have also heard of guys, or girls even for that matter, putting IPA in it. We don't do that. We just put the glue and the water and the washing up liquid as well. Never had any bother with it. You can see probably on here that there's quite a wee bit of the ballast that isn't up to the top of the sleepers. That's fine, as long as it's not over the top of the sleepers. That should be okay. So there we are. It's the ballast is The glue is sinking in, takes a wee while sometimes, but it's not a difficult challenge once you see how it's done. The crucial bit, of course, when doing this is, as I've said before, that point when you get these blue tack, that stops a lot of the problems you can have. I'm not saying other folk don't use that method, but I've never actually seen it on anybody else, any else's setup. I've never seen them doing ballasting with the blue tack in place. I think it's the easiest method you can get. So now that we've done that, that's really the end of the workshop. So folks, I'm sorry it's taken so long to do this workshop. I said ages ago that I would do it, and I just never managed to get around to it. But I says, I'm going to make the effort this week, just coming up to monorail, give you a bit of bonus of a workshop that you can try out. If you're coming to Monorail Scotland, come and see us. Tell me if that's helped you. Sorry. I can't do any more with that until that glue dries. Maybe sometimes it takes a couple of days, and especially in here when there's no heating during the day, unless one of us is in. I just had an elderly chap in there called Paul, who he was going into the town with his wife, I think, and we had a wee chat, and who knows, he might come along and see us on Monday. I don't know. He just stays in the housing complex across the road. We had a guy, John from there, and I don't know what happened with John, he just didn't seem to want to carry on. And Paul knows him, so we'll just see what happens there. So, from Andy Russell, keep on shunting, keep on modelling, and may God bless you.
Speak to staff or text British Transport Police on 61016. We will sort it, see it, say it, sort it.